Córrele venadito, córrele venadito, con el circulito. Corre, corre, sana, sana, con el peyotito.
Beautiful. We can take a breath and I can edit it out. Ready? Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Doing It For Your Dharma. I'm here today with a very special lady, Marcia.
Thank you.
Sarabia.
I know, it's Mexican or Spanish. Last name is not so easy to pronounce.
So easy.
But okay.
So, before we dive in, Mars, I would just love to ask you, what does Dharma mean to you?
Dharma.
Dharma.
Dharma. Well, what I know and I had been understanding through the last years of my life, Dharma is a Sanskrit word for your purpose. Is correct?
Yeah.
Your purpose in life, when you can find your mission. What are your talents, the skills the universe gives to you for share to the others or help to the others, and it's when you are in contact with that, with your own dharma, is when you are in the path.
Wow.
That you can know that you are really like giving something, and when you are giving to the others is when you give to you, and this is how we work with dharma.
Damn, girl. That was amazing. You really
Thank you.
incorporated all of the different elements from all of like the different lineages of Dharma into that in just one go. That was beautiful.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
not something that is kind of my interpretation about all these masters and gurus have been trying to tell us, but I prefer like kind of we have to interpret it, no, and not just repeating the words of others. I guess.
So true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
That
thank
was
you
just
for having me here.
Such a
I'm
pleasure.
kind of nervous. I'm not lie, but
That's okay. Yeah. Well, I would just love to, if you can introduce yourself to the audience. Maybe we'll just start with like a little bit about you and where you're from, and then we'll dive in more to your Dharma.
Okay. Well, I'm Marcia. I'm from Mexico, from the northwest of Mexico. And well, how can I talk about me? Sometimes it's hard, but like officially, my career, I'm studying communication science, and I had been a dancer, but the life, I had been in this flow with life, where I allowed myself to flow to different paths, and now life just bring me to travel, to learn about different cultures, traveling, going there, experience, to live there. I have some kind of skills or tools that I use for keep myself grounded and try to keep myself anchored to earth, and that is yoga, meditation. I'm like trying to work more in the last thing because I had been practicing more yoga before, but now I'm really trying to go more through meditation, and also healing arts.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, like I know that we have so much to talk about because I know that you're teaching yoga, you're running circles with women, you're working with some plant medicines and healing. So we have like a lot to cover and talk about. So I would like to begin. How did this journey start for you? Is this something that you grew up with, or is it something that kind of developed later on in life? If you could talk a little bit about that.
Well, culturally, this thing about you say sacred plants is something that for sure I have close to me for that territory where I grow. Is like sometimes healers or medicine people or shamans refer to, but sometimes no everybody is totally aware that we have it. No,
Yeah.
but had been a journey very very like deep, kind of bringing me to this path. Maybe yes, really like from all past lives. And like was already like 11 years when I was in Ecuador. I was in the Amazon.
Wow.
And when I knew first time in my life I listened about ayahuasca, this sacred plant of power. But I didn't have the courage for really go through until 5 years ago, that I have, and I meet some interesting people, and I decide to give this a step. But it had been other process. We have in the war a lot of different varieties of sacred plants. Every plant can be sacred, no? All the plants are for healing, like since plants on teeth.
Yeah.
But we have sacred plants. Each plant have a spirit. And sometimes if you in some way are open, like your perceptions doors or windows, sometimes you can receive some call from these plants. And I had been experienced with different, like something kind of like peyote, no, it's more like hickory, like in the native language, like these amazing people with choles or with Sgarika used to make these ceremonies with that. But for sure now we have more people doing or feeling that they have the permission for work with. Yes, I have like different friends working with plants, old people with experience. We call grandmothers or grandfathers in Spanish to people that are offering guidance through work with these healing arts, healing plants.
Wow. So is it from like working with these plants that you kind of tapped into your Dharma and your life purpose and what you're supposed to be doing, or did you kind of inherently already know deep down like your mission?
The second thing you say, like for sure this plant bring to me some awakening, a strong awakening. But I have to say, since I was a child, sometimes I was in the school and the other kids were playing around and me was just sometimes going away and be in the trees or wondering about the plants and flowers and being peaceful with that. And always I was looking for a deep sense on life, being 10 years old.
Wow.
For in different ways I have an approach to spirituality since was younger. Use like for sure I had been like trying different paths, but like many men of knowledge said, when you find a path that have a heart, this is the path that you need to follow. And sometimes can be to yoga or healing arts, shamanism, or whatever other thing that have a heart is a path, is bringing you to the same direction that where we all are trying to go.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And how would you distinguish which path has a heart for you and what doesn't? I know that might be a little bit of a hard question. Is this something that you know like on a deep intuitive level? Because I think with some people it's like they have so many interests and they want to do so many things, but they don't really know what is the right one for them. So how do you really feel that heart within the path?
I guess it's connecting first with your inner self. Our mind can be so distracted for all that is happening around. For all I don't know, different things coming to you through people, through social media, through this, through that. But even sometimes we are distracted for all this. Something inside of you always is telling you where to go, what to pick. But it's like kind of learning to listen our inner self, our intuition always is going to be it's a little more connected to the heart,
Yeah.
to the heart chakra, or your Baju Prana, say my teacher.
Almost like an inner compass, like telling us
Yeah,
where to go.
exactly.
Wow, love that. And can you tell us a little bit about your journey already, like how, like what you're doing presently and how you kind of got to where you are, if that makes sense? Like I know you've traveled a lot, you've lived everywhere, like you've done many things. So if you can kind of just share that with us, that would be really awesome.
Well, same thing. Since I was really little, I feel a call to travel and go here, go there. But kind of in some moment of life when I finished university, I just opened like an art studio. I was giving dance classes and other things we were sharing, But something inside, like we just thought, was telling me just to go, until I just decided and quit all, leave all, and go with a little backpack and all that I have, or just try to discover the world. And this journey just bringing me to different places and learn different skills also for be surviving. Like I had been for sure working, like giving yoga class and dance classes, but for sure in some moment I was learning to be a waitress. In some moment I was like kind of learning to do different things. Also I like to create. Sometimes I do jewelry. Sometimes I like can sell jewelry wherever I am. But in that moment I was not aware about the power that this have, because when I work with jewelry I work with rocks and crystals. But many years ago I didn't have this knowledge about what crystals and rocks, this energy, they have this power. And now it's kind of more excited because all is becoming a whole thing,
Wow.
And well, doing art here and there, some festivals. I meet some German people that they invite me to Germany the last year, and I just came to work in a festival doing some art installations with my friends. Like, well, and I was where I meet the person that now is my love. I didn't was expecting to be in Germany, I have to say, but the life bring me here, and now yes, my love is from Hamburg, and now interesting things are happening here, like meet you, of course, like I feel this in channel that something is going to happen here, some magic, like we have this channel, this positive trusting energy in the universe, and it's something like higher than ourselves. And little by little I'm kind of knowing interest women empowered, and I feel like something good is going to happen here.
Yes, like I can feel it too, because we didn't really mention this, but Mars and I met in, I think it was February, I think it was the 10th of February, very precise I know.
Very
10th of February at 2 p.m. Maybe actually, no, I think it was in the morning, but yeah,
Sunday.
Because I was running a women's wellness workshop with a friend, Kira, and Mars, you just attended like super spontaneous, super last minute, and we just connected like so well there, right? And yeah, and like since then you've been back home, you've been to Mexico, and then we've just like reunited today, and it just feels like we just picked up like straight back off. Like I think we've only met like a handful of times, but yeah, definitely this strong connection. Yes. For sure.
Meant to be.
I love it. Yeah, and this really like goes in line with what you and I are both trying to do, with like working with the divine feminine and bringing women together. So can you tell us a little bit about what work you're doing with women and the women's circles that you have do run, and that kind of thing? Would love to hear about it.
Well, I it's something that really also came naturally. Like wherever I had been going and coming, I found like at least one sister. I call like that my cosmic sisters, because we have a big cosmic family of sisters, or witches, or magicians, or I don't know, these women connected to something like full of color and life, And I feel really lucky, and I can tell like sometimes this magic happen, and it's when like you are pulling this strength, and naturally just the universe bring me to connect with different women. And now when I'm in different places, like I just came from Mexico, where I have the opportunity to be working with other like friends or cosmic sisters, and we create this women circle, like just sharing what we know, what we have. That is yoga, sometimes dance, sometimes some like talking about all this law of attraction or the power of manifestation we have. And I like to just unite different women because each one always have something special to share. And I feel that when we really are sharing these gifts and talents we have, we are empowering more like women. We are having this awakening strong in women getting empowered for sure here in Latin America. Sometimes had been more maybe strong in the social sphere, but we have other work to do here in the spiritual sphere. Like women, we are powerful creators. We have this body totally like made for create and bring life. In this way, we are powerful, connected with our intuition, and these skills is we really need to learn how to connect with this. No, to this femininity, power of femininity is really powerful energy that we need to connect since times of Isis or Inanna, when the feminine, when God was goddess.
Yes, love that. Yeah, it is raising goddess consciousness. So powerful. And you mentioned there a little bit about like us women like tapping back into our intuition. So do you have any practices that you can share that other women can maybe do to connect back to that inner selves and intuition that they can do to work upon building more of that connection to the higher self?
Well, one of the practice that I really had been doing through more of the half of my life, like my first dance was like Hawaiian dance. Later I jumped to contemporary dance. The last years African dance, and I just realized I was not conscious in the beginning, but later I just realized that this really move our Shakti, you know, and this is a good way to connect with your powerful divinity through like dancing. But sometimes we need just to dance without think or how I'm moving, how I should to do this step noise. Kind of just can do it alone in your room.
Yeah.
Put the music and allow the music move your body. Just maybe you are moving just one finger or one leg.
Yeah.
But little by little, you just try to connect with this energy. The music is the powerful healer and soothing our soul. It's one of my fierce connections with this energy of the Shakti.
Wow.
I don't know, like we can find different ways, no? Maybe some people really connect with this, like cooking or painting or doing collage.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's so
playing
important.
an instrument.
Yeah, because like all of these things you're mentioning, like in like everyday life, in like the West or whatever, like we typically don't make time for these activities. It's like more prioritized that we work hard and we like studying and like pay the bills. There's like not so much value on taking time out just to do art for the sake of doing art or just dancing for the sake of it. So I think that's such a powerful point to make, that we do need to integrate these practices so we can like bring in the Shakti, the divine feminine energy, and feel our full power. So I love that. That's beautiful. Bring it all out.
Yes, move the Shakti.
Yes. And I didn't know, Mars, that you were like teaching dance before. So I had no idea. So is this like something you can talk about?
Sometimes I'm just trying to be so focused in my present.
Yeah.
I have been like struggling my whole life because everybody wants to know your history and like your steps, no? But sometimes I really super focus. But before anything, yes, I'm just since little kid like enjoying the movement. I had been exploring. I'm 34 years old, and I started dance when I was 14.
Wow.
That's me. Oh my god, like 20 years. And in some moment, for sure, I was like with this developing this ego dance because I was very into all these like scene. But in some moment, I just realized I'm not really a competitive person, but for sure, I like to create. And in some moment, I was very into working sometimes alone, sometimes with other person, with some group, doing choreography, contemporary dance, or sometimes doing some performance. I still sometimes, but now it's in mixing this with the spirituality and the healing power. Sometimes I still dance in African dance class when I African dance class, but now it's kind of more taking classes. Now it's like just for be more like in a recreational way, but for sure I like sometimes to share and give classes also, but kind of not in a professional way anymore. Not like you have to be a professional dancer for come to dance with me. It's more put together the people and help them to flow with the rhythm of the music in their own bodies, like more for have fun and also yes for feel more free, more wild.
That's beautiful.
Like really we can do something like that.
Yes. Waking the wild women. Yeah, because Maz and I were just talking before actually that next time she's back in Germany that we would like love to collaborate and do some sister circles together, right? And Maz will do the dancing and I'll like guide whatever and like just connect and collaborate. And this is really like has been personally like a big theme for me, like connecting with different women and like bringing them together. And I know it's such a strong theme for you as well in the work that you do. Is there any like challenges you faced along the way, like during this process of like bringing women together?
I don't know if it's something that is like my dharma or one of my dharmas, but it's something that came naturally to me. I have such a kind good relation with my mother. This tell a lot about a person. Sometimes if your relation is stronger, can be your father, your mother, but my mother is really my one of my best friends. I don't know if exists the best friend, good friends, but for sure it's going to be the best. It's my mother. But I relate with her in this way of good relation, women, and she have this such kind of really good relation with women also that came naturally to me, like hereditage. How is the word?
Like like already it's like innate within you. You like
exactly
innate, like growing up with it.
It just happen that wherever I'm going, sometimes take time for sure. Like I feel or I connect with some kind of such amazing women, and we used to start to do things together. I like to create this sense of sisterhood or sorority. Yes, for sure. Sometimes the challenge can be maybe more cultural, so cultural borders that maybe can be different. How like a Latina can open herself to dance or to express like the powerful emotional being that they have, or maybe that being I don't know, like totally in other country, not being Latin. I don't want to put labels now, but for sure it's cultural, like how we are can be related to express through our bodies, through our movement, how I have to behave. Or no, like
not a wild Latino.
Not so wild. It was just a way to express, but for sure I know Germans women move in amazing way. Their bodies feeling free, or Americans as well. But I feel I am lucky finding nice and beautiful women around me in my life. It's something that just came natural.
It's a really special natural gift to have, right? Because I think in today's society, like there's a lot of like toxic femininity, and like we always talking about like toxic masculinity, but we never talk about toxic femininity, and where like we're competing and comparing and bitching and judging, and there's a lot of that, and it's really valued in the society, right, with the Kardashians and everyone again, and who's better and who's got the better man, and like this is so promoted, and I think a lot of like younger women are idolizing this kind of like behavior and attitude. So for you to come from a place of like naturally being drawn to like sisterhood and support is actually very different from like what I've experienced.
Yes, maybe it was not always like this. Maybe I'm so present, but I can for sure think in my younger age, maybe for sure like opening to it, but maybe we was not in the same channel. Maybe life now bring me more strongly to this the last years. Like kind of the women that still being very present in my life, even we are like in the other side of the war, but we're still communicating by amazing social media that can be amazing sometimes and sometimes not so cool. But like for sure exists all this like competitiveness that the war is like pushing sometimes to us in the way that women want to be empowered in the, and sometimes we imitate this like this energy from maybe the men worlds, no? Like to be trying to competitive, developing this strong ego, this strong willness, trying maybe to go over the others. But I have this impression that when I sometimes I found this kind of energy, I'm not like offering the same energy back. That is kind of in some way like bringing this energy a little bit down,
like
or it's neutralizing, because it's like I'm here in front of you, I'm other woman, I recognize your presence, your femininity, like my femininity. It's something that I'm not telling to them, but it's just an energy that you can bring, and it's this love and compassion that we can bring can really even help to heal the other women when they can realize they can find like a honest friendship in a woman.
Like the authenticity of it.
If not, sometimes this energy just go away, don't flow with you. It's kind of an energy that you start to generate and irradiate.
Radiate,
Radiate.
Exactly.
It's a word, Mary.
Okay, we'll have a few more questions. Okay. So you mentioned earlier that bringing women together isn't something that's your Dharma, it's just something naturally to you. So can you talk about what is your Dharma exactly? Big question, I know.
I think my Dharma is just be like a daughter of the earth. And in all the sense, in all the meaning, in a deep meaning. For like it's in a native language we call Mother Earth, Pachamama. Is this word that can be Mother Universe or Mother Earth. And my Dharma is just like to acknowledge this energy on me and bring it. And to bring this energy can be through sharing my yoga, for sure, with mixed groups, not just women. Also I work with men, or through dance, women's circles, or offering some energetic healing that I do also. Working with other kind of ceremonies with sacred plants. But uniting all this energy is about to heal. This world needs a lot of healing too. For sure we have a lot of love going on, but we have all this other side, no? All this lack of love or pain or shadow or selfishness or strong individualism. And well, we need people also to be working and bring this balance to this world. You know, like sharing this love
Yeah.
in the different way. And we all have different ways to, or skills or gifts to share with the world. And this is just my dharma. Be a person of love.
So beautiful. That was so nice. Thank you. I have like one final future question. So, yeah, you just mentioned your dharma to be a person of the earth and spread and share the love. Do you have advice for any women who also feel this way? They also feel like they're here with a purpose, well, because they are, first of all, but they don't know where to begin, they don't know how to start on their journey. Do you have like any advice for women who want to get going on their path but just feel a bit blocked?
Well, during my path, for sure, I had been finding women that came to me or to me to open up with this. The first step is just be aware of that. Recognize that you need something else for connect with this intuitive, feminine, or spiritual energy. This is the first step. Just like wake up, realize that you need something else. And the next step is just to try to find a community. And I'm sure that wherever you are, whatever city or country is there, a group of sisters, of women doing something, trying to connect with this powerful energy of love or sharing. And use research. Now we have all these like internet, social media where you can look in, can be for yoga, can be for some kind of dance or some kind of art healings or art. It's just like don't keep like put some action, no, to or really wishing this from your heart. Like it's going to come to you eventually.
Beautiful. So like seeking out community then of like in the areas that you feel drawn to like kind of support you on your journey. I think that's a really important point actually, is that we need these like good people around us to uplift us and like help move us forward. So I really love that point.
Because maybe it's just sometimes you realize that it's inside of you, but you don't know how to express it or bring it out.
Yeah.
And you're still interacting with the same people from the work or the job day by day, and you don't know how to express that. We need to go out and looking for. Can be in a yoga studio or art studio or healing place. We really can find all this now in internet. You can see this everywhere now. It's so just to take action.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right? Like we're so lucky to
call me.
Yeah, no, literally.
Call us, contact us. We are here for help you.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Mars, for giving us your time and your beautiful energy and presence.
Aww.
Before we completely finish the interview, we do have like a few fire questions, just a few like fun,
I will
silly
try
questions. Don't have to think too much, just whatever comes to your head. Okay, so if you could be any animal in the world, what would you be and why?
In this moment, I'm the lion.
Yeah, the lion, I can see it. Yes, girl.
Next question.
The lion. Next, okay. Lion. Okay. That was quick. But why? You didn't answer the why.
The why. It's just I received that. I receive it sometimes through dreams, through visions, and we experience through different animals of power. Or like in where I came from, we say that Nahual, that can visit us through dreams or visions.
Wow.
And I had been experienced for sure, like chameleon. I had been connected with the chameleon, with the dragonfly. And I can go through others, like for sure, like the jaguar also visit me somewhere. Jaguar.
Wow.
Jaguar.
That's like Peruvian, right?
Yeah, so in South Mexico we can have it. But in this moment, it's very personal. I like talking in Australia. My mother is a Leo. I was being growing for a Leo, and I just like this powerful energy of courage.
Yeah.
Like courage. Like don't have any fear. Just
Yeah.
go through that with full heart. And the heart of the lion is also like big, like warm and generous, but like really bringing this like this warmth to the people that is around you. And I even my it's not my star sign, but it's just with me.
Yeah, I get a lot of
feel
Leo
it.
energy from you, for sure. Yeah, I can feel it, girl. Love it. Thank you. So do you have a favorite food at all?
My favorite food. Oh my god, I'm not patriotic person or something like that. I feel like I'm like a worldly girl.
Yeah.
But I really miss Mexican food when I'm here, and I'm trying to looking for tortillas and some chile when I'm here.
Yeah.
But I like Asiatic food a lot.
Yeah, me too. I love Asian. So good.
Asia.
Asiatisch auf Deutsch.
So many.
And I know you've like traveled and lived in heaps of countries. So do you have a favorite country or city that you just like feel really at home at, or just love or resonate with?
Oh my god, I just tried like something that I had been kind of. The turtle was like other animal that was part of me, because it's this sensation of bring home with me. I had been learning to get this sense of home with myself, like in my own shell. And sometimes wherever I am, I try kind of always when I arrive someplace, at least I spend 1 week just with me.
Wow.
But for sure, like sometimes I like to be more in the countryside or like in some desertic beach for a while. But cities, I really like Berlin a lot. Like had been Berlin bring me here. My friends from Berlin bring me here, and this sense of people from everywhere. I like it for sure. And just 1 week ago, I was in Norway, and I love to be in nature. Nature is beautiful there, and I feel very connected with all these elementals like fairies and things that you can see around, but feel that they are around you. It's really beautiful, and for sure Mexico is.
Mexico, no doubt. I need to go there. I've never been, but I would love.
We have
to
desert, jungle, mountain,
beaches.
It's just like I'm lucky to be from there.
For sure, dreamy. So 2 final questions. What is your favorite crystal and why?
Oh my god.
It's a bit of a tricky one, I know.
Sometimes I'm kind of the person don't like to have like a favorite color thing. Like I like all the colors, for example. No, for sure. Sometimes I'm using more red or purple or yellow.
Yeah.
But my crystal, I really love opal that I'm dressing here now.
Yes.
Because it's also full of colors and like cosmic.
Like the rainbow. That's why I love like moonstone, because you can get rainbow moonstone.
And
as well,
moonstone is like family, like a relative of labradorite. It's
my
my favorite rock.
Yeah.
It's like a iridescent. I like iridescent rocks, labradorite, opal, moonstones.
Yeah.
I feel like really like. I'm there. Okay.
Beautiful.
Catch it.
She's back. And I love as well, you guys can't see, but Mars has made her own jewelry, which is just so beautiful. Maybe we can do a little close up at the end.
Still learning. Yeah.
Amazing.
Some wire wrapping. This is like the most new thing. Like I have like my t-shirt is June 3. You can find him on Instagram. He's my t-shirt, but for sure I have my own art also.
Yeah. So
Mars Meal. I don't know. Mars under.
Well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do your Instagram handle. At the end, final question. I asked this in my other interviews, and I just think it's a great question. Okay, so you know that question, like you're stuck on a desert island, what would you take? You know this one?
Again. Sorry.
Okay, you know the question of like if you were trapped on a desert island.
Okay.
But we're not on the desert island, we're on the moon.
Whoa.
Just to make it a bit more, you know.
Oof.
And
Beautiful.
you have oxygen, you have your food. So like what essential would you take with you? Just one thing.
With me, my drum.
Oh my god, yes.
Like you need music. We need music. I need music. Wherever we are, music is like of the perfect company. You can always be creating.
That's
and connecting.
Love that. Yeah, I was lucky enough to receive a little like kind of you didn't want to call it shamanic, but some kind of like blessing or healing with Mars doing the drawing on in. It was really, really great. So I can see why you'd want to take your job. Nice. Well, thank you so much,
Connecting
Mars.
with the heart. It's the beat. It's the beat.
Exactly. Like Anahata, the heart chakra, right?
Anahata.
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 I can feel it burning in.
Already it's happening.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. Would you mind
Thank you for inviting me and be doing all this and have this courage, and I love to listen to your channel and see your videos.
Thank you,
Thanks
Mars.
for sure all that you have this beautiful light.
Thank you. And would you mind to share your beautiful light and let everybody know your Instagram handles, your Facebook and whatnot, where they can reach you?
Okay, sometimes for me, so very into my trips and having this moment of isolation, like be offline for a couple weeks, 3 weeks sometimes. But I have this Instagram account, can be at Mars underline. How do you say underline? Underscore. Mars underscore miel, like honey in Spanish. MIEL. This is like the easy one, and the other where I like sometimes post some of my art is Mars underscore Sarabia. But maybe we write over
We all write it.
It's more easy.
Yes, we'll tag
Same
them.
on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, we'll tag all of the links underneath.
Yeah, better.
Well, in that case, I hope you've all enjoyed this interview with Mars, and hopefully you can check out her journey and see what she's getting up to. So, thank you very much. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Namaste.
Oh.